Welcome to an exciting, boring, black screen, corny episode of Jarrett Wars. Piss 44 corporate company. My last video. I guess my other project didn't work out. The Saddam Hussein figure didn't focus on. It was on Lionel, the Lionel figure, but not the Saddam Hussein figure. Then it was other stuff that I put on. It didn't work out. So I considered this my last video. I guess. Till maybe next Monday or maybe Tuesday, I should fucking say. Let me just say this, maybe Wednesday I'll come back. Fuck this shit. I don't know. I may think about Wednesday. I may take a Wednesday and shit, but I want to say this. Honestly, I talked about in 2018 under my headquarters channel, Piss 4400. As you know, this is not my headquarters, Jarrett Wars. Piss 4400 has been under doormat for a while. Though I don't have a channel for Piss 4400, it's still an active company, as you know. Otherwise, it wouldn't be producing your lovely and ugly Piss 4400 needs. But I said in 2018 that some of these cops need to be murdered instead of the things that you hear on TV. And if one cop gets murdered in a way that is a bad person, I'm not talking about good cops, I'm talking about a bad cop, then they deserve everything they get, and I don't feel bad for them, and nobody shouldn't be feeling bad for them except for their families, because obviously these idiots have families, sadly. And so if you mourn on that side of the fence, it should be on the families only, not on the cop. Who cares? Fuck her, fuck him. I mean, to hell with them. They're going to go to hell for what they've done. And that's how I feel. And if you turn on the news, you'll see, and if you watch your TV shows, you'll find more police brutalities than you do the other way around. There's only a few police shootings as far as people actually shooting cops down. Now, it's like, I actually did studies on this, and when I was a kid, before I did studies on this, I always had feelings about cops in a way that was negative. I don't know why. It was just something about them I didn't like. It's just, you know, when you're a kid, you get taught that cops are not evil people. They're supposed to be protecting you. But I had this weird feeling there was some bullshit behind that. I don't know why. Then I used to think all the hostility that the people are now doing against the Floyd character was in my mind, but it's exactly the hostility I feel. It's like, why listen to people that are the same folks that will do the same things to the next guy? They all know each other. They're all rubbed on. It's just this one government, one law. And if someone makes a law that applies to all 50 states, then all these motherfucking roaches, I like to call them, are responsible. These thugs are responsible of enforcing them, whether if they do it improperly or properly. In my opinion, if I had it my way, I would have shot all the ones that were involved in this Floyd character's case. I don't have a license for a gun. If I were to do a death shooting, I would love to just torture them, each of them, hard, and a slow, painful death. If I had it my way, and if I was God, and if I had my own hell, I would do it. The thing about it is that the problem with the world today, and the problem with it's not just an American problem, it's a world problem, that there is no justice. Justice is just a wishful thinking in my mind. Like I said, I had some people triggered that time too, but I still stand for what I say. If some of these cops need to die. They don't need to be on the streets doing the things that they do. Some of them, they stop people for nothing, and the only thing they're after is just. And there was a study that went on where cops were told to do certain things that they didn't want to do as far as bothering people of the public, and there was a lot of things going on. And you can call this conspiracy shit all you want, I don't give a fuck. But every single thing that I've seen on those channels, and then on my senses of cops back when I was a kid, fit every detail of pretty much how I kind of seen today. Things that I thought I was in my head, or maybe it was just me, that I find out later. And I don't care if anybody gets offended over this shit. Fuck you. You can just stick something up you, and if it let me my choice, I will line you up. You can join them in death, in my opinion. If I had my choice, and if I was God. Of course, this channel and the people that are on it don't mean nothing to me, because the only thing they're after is their entertainment. Their value of this channel is to make someone miserable because they're bored and make entertainment. I mean, like, these pigs, or these roaches, I like to call them, because a roach is equivalent to a cop. If you see one, you're going to see a whole bunch of them. So if you kill one roach, or a cockroach, you might see a whole bunch of cockroaches. Well, in the cops, and the military, and the army, it's just like that. I'm dealing with insects. I don't look at them as human beings. I look at them as insect roaches. That you need to stomp a whole bunch of them and kill the whole colony before they get worse and spread and multiply, in my mind. And so that's what I think should be happening. Because if Donald Trump says that this is going to be a war with cities, and as you know, with wars are going to end bloodily, you might as well. Because I'm going to root for the protesters. If Donald Trump declares war, I'm going to root for the protesters and hope they dominate their whole police force altogether. Because in my personal opinion, injustice is pretty much been going on under the rug forever. No, it didn't start off with George Floyd. It's been going on for decades and decades, and it didn't start off with just black people. They're white people. They're crackers that gone through the same fucking thing as well as niggas like ourselves. And the thing about it is, you know, whenever you watch these movies on TV, you never find a movie where a person shoots a cop that is doing bad. It's always the other way around. And I want to see a movie that a bad cop gets shot down or gets what he deserved, and justice truly prevails, that will depict the reality that the way justice should be done, not in a way that is being portrayed and been under the rug and this whole fantasy lie told for quite some time. There was a guy you can look up, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. He's some guy, spokesman for the Nation of Islam. I'm not an Islam person, but I liked his speech. He says the problem with black people today, which I agree, is they don't revolutionize their own movies. Everything's about killing one another, but it's not about killing the crackers. That I quote from Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. And I think he makes a very valid point. I mean, these people get away with everything. We talk about the white man behind his back, but we don't face him up in our movies. We don't face him up in person or nothing. That's the problem. That is the problem with black folks today and white folks. I consider this a national problem, but more so with black folks and other people and the minorities, because they never face it up. It's always the other way around. I'm like, and people are scared to make movies. I wouldn't be. If I was a producer, I wouldn't give a fuck. You could take down my whole organization as far as my company, but you can't take away the storyteller. You know, the producer and director head, you know. But these movie people that make movies, they're scared as hell to speak the TGD MFT, and if they do, it's only under some educational document or some personal special circumstances. I said, you know what, bitches, you need to stop and take a look at reality and make your movies based on that. That will draw the people to your theaters, because the movies you make today suck. There are people that go on the internet more than go in the movie theater, sadly. In fact, I never seen Star Wars as being downgraded into the worst of the worst, as far as no different than some generic movie that only came out once and everybody forgot about it. Get what I mean? The franchise Star Wars will never be forgotten, but the movies, as far as Disney ones, will be forgotten. As far as the mainstream, the people that know Star Wars from the ground up, basically. I'm gonna get going. I feel I should share my anger towards this nonsense. But I'm gonna say this one more time so there be no mistakes about it. If any cop dies, and if they're bad, I ain't gonna feel no sad about them, because guess what? They probably deserve everything they get because of the shit that they done to people. And when you do so much shit to people, you're asking for it. Cops are no different than thugs, in my mind. No different than gangsters. I don't care if you are government. The government, in a way, is a form of thugs and gangsters. No different than a fucking mob, in my mind. So I wanted to share that. And see you later.